Hello my loves, this is 𝒪𝒧𝒧 and I welcome you to my digital sacred space. I hope you're happy, healthy and healing wherever you're watching from. Today we are going to be looking at what your March is going to be like. So March 2026, and we are going to choose 3 cards and each card will represent one group. So there we go, we have our 3 cards. For group number 1, we have the Musician. And this is what your card looks like. If you are drawn to this card, then you are group number 1, and the timestamps, as always, will be in the description. For group number 2, we have Spy Master. And this is what your card looks like. For group number 3, we have the Waker. And this is what your card looks like. You can pause the video here if you need some more time to choose your group or choose your cards. I'm going to go ahead with the prayer that I always do for all of my readings. You can join me for this part, but it's not mandatory. It just helps me connect with all of your energies, and this is the part where I call your spirit guides and the light beings that are watching over you. But yeah, if you wish to skip this part, go ahead and click on your bio, and it's in the timestamps are in the description. So let's go ahead with the prayer. For those of you that are joining me, let's begin by slowing down and putting all our attention back to ourselves, to our bodies, to our feelings, any sensations that might rise up right now. Let's gently inhale, gentle and slowly exhale. There's no need to hold your breath. Feel the flow. Do not force it. Let's connect deeply with our hearts and with the flow of life. Let's take this time to connect deeply with our intuition. Let's express our gratitude to our intuition and our spirit guides for always guiding us in this human experience that we are having on planet Earth. Thank you so much, my love. I feel so grateful towards you. You are cherished, you are important, you are supported, and you are loved. Let's now cleanse the energies. I gently cleanse the energy of this room, this home that I am reading in. I gently cleanse the energies. I cleanse my own energy field so that I can remain unbiased and accurate. I now gently cleanse your energy, my dear loves who are watching this reading. I cleanse your energy gently. I cleanse your energy field slowly. Now that we are done with the cleansing, let's start by calling upon the spirit guides and light beings that are watching over my group number 1, 2, and 3. I call upon you, my dear light beings, with divine love and gratitude. All those of you that have the best intentions for my soul family, my group number 1, 2, 3, and me. Allow me to remain accurate, concise, and stick to the energies here. And last but not least, my dear loves, I would like to thank you for those of you that have always supported me. All those of you that booked your personal readings with me this month. I got many bookings this month. Thank you so much. I am glad that you enjoyed all of the readings. Some of you have booked twice, so I'm truly appreciative and grateful, and I keep you in my prayers. And for all those of you that have supported me through your emails, your comments, your donations, thank you so much, my dear loves. I'm truly grateful for each and every one of you, for each and every soul that comes across my channel, that has subscribed to my channel. I hope I can give back by giving you love through my readings. And that is my intention for this prayer and for this reading. I now close this prayer. I will see you at your group. Thank you. Hello my loves, if you choose this card, the musician, you are group number 1, and this is going to be your reading. So let's begin. Please tap me into group number 1. I just saw 11 as I said that. I'm seeing a lot of ones. I feel like this month could be somehow focused on you and your creativity. You could be someone that is in a creative field, but even if you're not, there's something about you creating something maybe it's a business idea, or you wanting to do something, creating something. When I say create something, it isn't just limited to creating art, because you could be finding some innovative way to do something that you've always wanted to do, but maybe you couldn't find a way before, and now this month you are suddenly going to have an epiphany that, oh, I can do it this way, and so there's some blockage, some mental blockage that is clearing, and your creative energy is being freed, and you are going to be able to put that idea into the physical. You're going to be able to do it, because sometimes you have an idea, but it's not always possible to execute it the way you imagine it, right? But I feel that there's something about the energies of this month that are clearing, and spirit is sort of forcing you, I just heard forcing you, or opening you up to something new this month, to doing this thing that you've always wanted to do. So this is going to bring you a lot of joy, and you're going to be proud of yourself that you created this. Now, when I say, because this card literally says the musician, some of you guys could literally be making music. You're going to be able to make a lot of songs. You're going to be in the zone. This is the opposite of having a writer's block, when you don't have any inspiration whatsoever. This is the opposite energy of that. You're going to be feeling very inspired, very in tune with spirit, and spirit is basically saying, yes, we are here for you, we are supporting you, we've got you. So anything you want to do this month, any creative thing, even if it's not something creative, you want to do, you've always wanted to try something, do it this month. Whether it's something small, like going for a walk, or going to see some new place, just to roam around, just to see, just to explore. Like, the energies of this month are very beneficial for you. I'm also seeing the moon. You could be my Lunarian pile, but you don't have to be. I'm getting a mix of energies and signs, so I'm not picking up on any specific zodiac signs like water signs or something, but I am. You guys could be very sensitive and in tune with the cycles, especially of the moon. So let's get your tarot cards and see what is going on for you. For group number 1, please. For group number 1. Quite a lot of cards. I think I'll have to place this here. So we have High Priestess reversed. We have 7 of Wands upright. We have King of Wands reversed. We have Ace of Cups upright. Wow, okay. We have Ace of Pentacles just beside that. That's amazing. You have 2 aces side by side. And we have finally 2 cards. We have 3 of Swords and 4 of Cups. 3, 4. Okay. I see that with the 7 of Wands, 3 of Swords, you could be in a situation where you're feeling a bit defensive. Somebody, you could feel like there's someone trying to attack you in some way. This doesn't have to be physical. This is just energy, right? I'm picking up on energies. And you feel like you have to hold your ground, otherwise something bad is going to happen to you. And I feel like with the Three of Swords, this is a painful situation. The Three of Swords talks about heartbreak, but it's not always romantic, because it's not just romantic things that break our hearts. There's many other situations in life. So this could be people or group of people that are going against you in some way, or um, wanting to one up you in some way, being competitive with you, and you feeling like you have to sort of defend yourself. And there is an energy coming through where you did not expect that people would be so against you, that this community, this group, or this person would be so against you. You didn't expect that, and so you were kind of not prepared for any physical or non-physical hostility. But I'm getting that you are holding your ground, you are standing up for yourself, and Spirit is saying, yes, that's great. You're going to have to stand up for yourself, that's great. With the King of Wands reversed, Spirit wants to gently sort of guide you and make you remember that do not be impulsive. Your feelings are valid. You could be, it's not always pleasant being in a Three of Swords, Seven of Wands situation, right? It's not a pleasant experience. However, you are responsible for your own response to this situation, and that will determine how it's going to be, like how this situation is unfolding, right? Or what the result will be of this situation. So what I'm feeling from these two cards is that there is a situation where you're feeling defensive and it's breaking your heart. It's quite painful. Or this could literally be a person, this could literally be a romantic toxic relationship, but this is not true for everyone. I feel like this is like a non-romantic, a platonic situation for most of you. It could be romantic for some of you, but not all of you. We have King of Wands reversed and Four of Cups upright. With the King of Wands reversed, Spirit is gently guiding you to not be impulsive, not be arrogant or selfish, or I'm not saying that you are any of these things, but when emotions are high, people can make wrong decisions, right? When people are angry, they say things that they don't mean, and it's human to do that. But Spirit is sort of gently nudging you, keep your grace, be graceful, stand up for yourself, yes, hold your boundaries, but not in a way that you are trying to attack the other person, just hold your boundaries firmly, right? And I also feel like with the High Priestess reversed, I feel like Spirit is nudging you to bring in gentleness into this situation, to bring in softness into this situation. Now, when I say gentleness, I don't mean you should just, let them do whatever they want. No, no, no. You must not let them get away with whatever they are doing. Because this pain, it's telling you how you're treated is not okay. What is happening to you is not okay. And that's important. You don't have to accept that, and you shouldn't accept that. With the King of Wands reversed and High Priestess reversed, bring your intuition and softness into this. Don't be impulsive, rash, or angry, or don't explode on these people, because then they will have a chance to say that, oh, group number one is problematic, group number one is egotistical. So they might accuse you of being egotistical. Again, with the group number one, being centered on self. So yeah, they will have something to say about you if you give them, but if you don't give them anything, then they won't have anything to say. With the High Priestess reversed, I'm also seeing keep your cards to your chest. Don't reveal everything. Don't threaten that, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Be mysterious. Keep your cards to yourself. Don't reveal everything about what you're up to, or what you're going to do, or what is happening in your life. Who are you dating? All these things. Don't share it. Don't gossip with anyone about your own self. Keep a certain aspect of your life private, is what I'm getting from these cards. So now that we have spoken about this situation with the Four of Cups and Ace of Cups, now you see the Four of Cups is literally, you can see that this cup is being offered to this person, but this person is not taking it. You know, he's sort of like focused on these three cups. And maybe he's thinking that, oh, I don't have enough cups, but there's literally one more here, and there's literally another one here. So I'm getting that there's something about your blessings being doubled this month, and all you need to do is sort of remain in your energy, you know, hold your energy, hold your position. Don't retaliate, don't reciprocate this energy, don't try to get revenge, you know, detach if possible from the situation. Some of you could be in a legal situation, doesn't have to be, maybe this is like a romantic relationship, maybe for some of you it's a work situation. Detach from how they are making you feel. They want you to feel not good about yourself. Don't give them power over your emotions. I feel like you're a deeply creative, sensitive, and beautiful soul, and you deserve better than this environment. But somehow it happened that you ended up here. And Spirit is like, you're not supposed to be here. But the way to get out of this energy and situation is not by fighting it or resisting it, or, you know, sort of like, I am going to not, you know, I am going to do this back to you because you did this to me. That's not the way to get out of this. The way to get out of this is to hold your energy. So ask yourself, like, what energy would I like, you know, from the universe? Do I want them to attack me? No, right? So what you do basically is remain firm, don't bend, but also don't try to fight the other person. Because the more resistant, if you become resistant, then there will be more opposition, there will be more resistance, right? And your creative energies needs to flow. Something about your energy, it needs to flow. So, and you can't do that, you can't listen to your intuition, you can't be in the flow if you're focusing on this, right? And I feel like this situation for some of you guys, it might end this month, and you will be stepping into this new energy of Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. So for some of you it's ending this month, but for some of you it might not, depending on, you know, the energies and what is going on individually in your lives. But let me get some more cards regarding this new change, if that is what is happening, for those of you that are stepping out of this cycle. I also feel like for some of you with the Three of Swords, you guys could be taking matters into your own hands, taking pain into your own hands, and being like, you know what, I'm not going to let them break me. I'm not going to let them get away with it. Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles, please. 2 cards for March. Okay, we got 3. So we have House 4. Wow. We have Moon and we have Yin. Yes. I just heard forgiveness. Grace. With the Yin, I feel like there is a call, especially if you're a woman watching this, but you don't have to be. There is a call from Spirit that you need to step into your divine priestess moon-like energy. You know, I did say I saw the moon, right, for you? I did say that when I started the reading, and we literally have the moon here. So that is just confirmation. You guys could be Cancer, you don't have to be. But yeah, like, ask yourself questions. What do I need from this situation? What would stop breaking my heart? What, you know, if there is a way to move away from this, is that the right thing to do? Like, ask yourself these questions, because the more you know yourself, the more you are going to be aligned in your path. And I feel like you are meant to embody feminine energy. Something about the universe blessing you if you embody feminine energy. Now the moon is always, I always see her as like the moon goddess, the mother, right? And we have priestess here. So there is a lot of strong archetypal spiritual feminine energy coming through, you know. There's different the way feminine energy expresses itself is different. If you had gotten fire cards, I would be like, you need to be more confident, you need to be more assertive. If you had some wands card or fire cards, but you got yin, priestess, moon, which are such gentle cards. So I feel like gentleness is going to be your power. Grace is going to be your power. Not raising your voice is going to be your power. Something about feminine energy being power for you in this month and in this situation. And before we end the reading, I also want to mention we have Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. So there's obviously going to be a lot of financial opportunities, financial growth, some of you growing at your workplace, being recognized. With the Ace of Cups, I feel like don't get disheartened with this situation. There's going to be support, there's going to be love coming your way. Now, Ace of Cups doesn't always mean romantic love. Some of you could be finding your romantic love in March, but this is not for all of you. This is more like Spirit's love, Spirit's blessing for you, because you are embodying feminine energy, right? And so the universe is going to bless you with 2 aces, not just one. So there's something about your blessings being doubled. So I see that for you, group number 1. So trust your intuition, be spiritual, be receptive, be open to these blessings coming in. This situation is going to end soon. For those of you that it might not end in 1 month, it might end in 2 or 3. But again, I'm not giving timeline predictions. It's going to be different for each person. Focus on yourself, focus on your family, focus on your home, peace and comfort. You don't have to, force yourself to be in unnecessary conflict right now. If you need comfort right now, allow yourself comfort. Don't push yourself to work. Don't push yourself to face situations that you don't want to face. Make things peaceful and comfortable for you, right? And more comfort and more love and more gentleness. The more gentleness, the more space you make for gentleness, the more gentleness Spirit can allow and can bring in, because law of attraction, right? So that's how it's going to happen. We have your blessings being doubled, you getting out of this situation, your feminine energy being very, very powerful and potent enough to do that. Trust feminine energy. Feminine energy is not weak. Softness is not weak. Gentleness is not weak. And you are, and I feel like with this group you are naturally like that. So it's not even, you don't even have to try. You are naturally like that. You are naturally sensitive and beautiful. So that's what I'm feeling. Sensitive, beautiful, handsome, take whatever adjective you like. I feel like that is all. Okay, one last message for you, group number 1. Just because I focused on gentleness, and it doesn't mean that you have to be compassionate or understanding if you don't want to be. You have to remain authentic to yourself as well. So if you do not wish to understand the other person and you wish to keep your boundaries and hold your ground, then please do that. Okay, so that's the final message. Be assertive, but softly assertive. Don't yell. Say no, but not screaming no. Just no. That's a boundary. I'm not willing to tolerate this. That's a boundary. We are not trying to fight. We are simply revealing our standards, right? And how we wish to be treated, because that's what we deserve, right? So yeah, like a gentle teacher, like almost like, how Priyanka Chopra is, and she puts people in their place, but she's not mean. She's sort of like, but she's very assertive, but she's not mean, So that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. That's the kind of energy you need to embody to get over this. So that's what I'm seeing for you, group number 1. I hope this resonated and you enjoyed the reading. If you wish to book a personal reading with me, I am available for bookings this month and the next month. You can do so by emailing me on my email address in the description. I do offer a lot of soulmate readings, readings on any other topics like career or any other personalized questions that you prefer. I have a few limited edition readings available. If you wish to purchase those, please write to me and I will send you the details. And that will be all, group number 1. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all of the cards. Thank you to all of the cards. Thank you to your spirit guides, your higher self, for bringing in such wonderful energies for group number 1. And I will see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello my loves, if you choose this card, you are group number 2. This is the Spy Master, Knowledge, Distrust. This is going to be your reading for March 2026. Please tap me into group number 2's energy and what is happening for them in March, please. I feel like there is a level of intensity to you, and there is an intensity of change coming into your life, and it's going to sweep you off your feet. There's something about an influx of strong energies coming your way. And I feel like this is something that is being given to you by the universe with this hand. It's literally being given to you. And you will be held through this change. So for most of you, I don't think you're going to lose your stability. Don't think that, oh, it's a change, so something bad is going to happen to me. No. This change is going to be the key to something. This influx of new energy is going to be the key to something. It's almost like how when you're going to start a new cycle and there's new energy sort of whoosh coming in, and you leave the old energies behind. That's the kind of energy. Like, a lot of you are stepping into spring of your life. I just heard spring. I don't know if it's spring where you live, but that's what I just heard. I heard blossoming, blooming. You are stepping more into the realer version of yourself. Not version, it is you. And I feel like you're going to be deeply intuitive. Your third eye chakra is going to be super active, like to the point that your intuition works almost like a detective's mind, how they're able to tell things by analyzing, except you don't need to analyze so much because you are accurate. And there is stability as well. There is stability, spark, and shine as well. So a lot of messages for you. Let's get your tarot cards and see what's going on. For group number 2, please. For group number 2, okay. We have a bunch of cards that flipped. Taking that. We have Page of Cups. You're going to be in a soft energy this month. Soft, creative, divine. I just heard divine feminine. I don't know who's watching this group, but even if you're a man, I feel like you're going to be in this sort of receptive, allowing the universe kind of energy. Creative, creating something kind of energy. Similar to group 1, but different. Oh wow, okay. We have Ace of Pentacles. Group number 1 also got that card. Some of you could have been drawn to group number 1, and there could be messages for you. If you want to watch it, you may. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. Then you can just proceed with this group. We have Ace of Pentacles. Yes, we have Death. This is not surprising. But we have Death reversed, and we have Temperance reversed. Okay. So I see what the cards are saying now. You see how I mentioned that influx of energy, right? Now I feel like that energy has no place to go. Like the universe is trying to give this new energy to you, but there's no place to go because there's some change. There is something in your life that needs to go away, but you're not letting it go. You're holding on to it. You're sort of not allowing the death moment to occur. So with the death, I feel like this could literally be talking about an ego death or a dark night of the soul that you are going through. Okay? And you don't feel like things are in balance right now. You don't feel like things are okay right now. Let me pull a clarifier for Death reversed and Temperance reversed. You have 7 of Pentacles. You've worked way too hard, group number 2. You have worked way too hard. I want to get these two cards as well because I was drawn to them. Yes, we have the Hierophant reversed, and we have Seven of Swords. Someone was trying to steal your peace. This could have been your family for some of you. There's some toxic people. Like, I feel like you are the type of person that has worked very hard on your spiritual gifts, on your journey, your spiritual journey to freedom. Like, this is the kind of group that does a lot of inner work. A lot of inner work. But Spirit is saying it's time to step away from tradition. It's time to step away from... Okay, there is this message coming through that if you have been doing inner work to sort of heal yourself or fix yourself, right? It's time to sort of change things and change your perspective, right? Inner work is always great, but the goal is always to love yourself, right? And I feel like you're at that stage where you have already done a lot of work. You have been through a lot of trauma. You have been through a lot of ego deaths. And one of the, like, you're at this gate, and your spirit is wanting you to sort of, helping you to pass through. That's why maybe you're here on this reading. And so the way to pass through this gate is to understand this one thing. A lot of people in the spiritual, they get into the spiritual community because they have trauma. They want to understand, they want to understand psychology. They want to understand suffering. Why do my parents don't love me? Why are people, the way they are? All of these questions, right? They get into the spiritual community because of that. Like, I want to change myself. I need to be, I need to love myself. And they start unlearning their own toxic mechanisms, their own dysfunctional patterns, right? And I feel like you're one of those trauma shifters, trauma transmuters. You're one of those people. Like, your energy gives me very scorpionic blueprint. Again, you don't have to be a Scorpio, but that's just the energy I'm picking up 100%. But not all of you are Scorpios, but that's the energy that I'm picking up. And Scorpios go through a lot of transformations, a lot of phoenixing in their life. Their life is not stagnant, right? And that is what I'm feeling with the Death reversed and Temperance reversed. Now I feel like Spirit is calling you and saying that it's time to come home to yourself. You can't keep doing inner work with the intention to fix yourself, because at the end point, there's nothing to fix. There's nothing to fix. Healing is a perpetual journey. It never ends, right? And as disheartening it sounds, Spirit wants to say that the better it gets, the better it gets, right? You didn't love yourself as much as you did, as much as you do today in the past, right? You didn't love yourself as much as you do today. And that is the beauty, is that the better it gets, the better it gets. We are in the process of healing, but there is no perfection. There is no such thing as 100% healing done, because you could still get triggered, and have that grace for yourself. Like, it's all right, you're human, you're not a machine. And so what if you got triggered again? So what? Have that grace for yourself. Don't expect yourself to be at this like perfection standard, like, I'm going to get this done and this is going to be it. Like, that is not how it works. We have Seven of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, you've worked way too hard on yourself, but it's almost like, Spirit is telling me the story of a monk, of a person who, started doing meditations, right? He was a drug addict, and he started doing meditations because he didn't want to be a drug addict anymore, okay? And he went to this monk, and he sort of asked him to teach him how to meditate. And he sat there for hours and hours and hours meditating, okay? Just meditating. And then the monk was like, meditation is not good for you, right? You are meditating because you don't want to face whatever made you take drugs in the first place, right? So you are using meditation as a sort of medicine to get away from the symptom, to get away from, like, whatever was causing it. I'm not saying this correctly, but basically to use a band-aid on a bullet hole, it's not going to work. There's a different kind of surgery, different kind of process that needs to be done with a bullet hole, right? It cannot heal like that with a band-aid, right? And that man was using meditation as a band-aid. So it's like, be wary, don't use spiritual practices as a band-aid. Don't try to do shadow work because you want to get away from an aspect of yourself. The whole point of shadow work is to go towards it, right? And so with the death reversed, I feel like there is something you don't want to face, something you don't want to see, something that is immensely painful for you, right? Some rigid belief, and underneath that there's a lot of pain. And spirit is like, your pain is valid, but you cannot use these spiritual techniques to bring yourself to a place where you don't feel pain. That doesn't happen. So that's what I'm feeling. I also just heard the goal isn't to feel better, the goal is to get better at feeling. So if you're doing shadow work, all this inner work with the intention that, oh, I want to feel better, it's not self-loving, because you're giving yourself the message that you shouldn't be feeling what you're feeling right now. What you're feeling right now is invalid and wrong, and you're being dismissive unconsciously of your own self in the moment, of your current feelings. So you need to sit down with yourself, make space for your feelings, right? Open yourself up to feeling. And feeling can be extremely fear-inducing, because I sense that there's a lot of pain in you. You have been through a lot of unfairness, injustice, unjust situations in life. I feel like I just heard Cinderella story. So for some of you, you guys could have had a story similar to Cinderella. And spirit is like, don't do things how they tell you in spiritual community, like find your own way to do things. Do not use meditation is great, right? It's beautiful, but if someone is using meditation to get away from pain, then it's not going to work, right? Because you're just using the spirit, you're sort of spiritually bypassing, you're trying to not see what is there in you, and that is not very self-loving. That's extremely unkind to yourself. That's extremely self-abusive, right? So there is some self-abuse going on in this group. Now it's going to be different for each of you, and I feel like this self-sabotage, this self-abuse, this self-negative talk, if that is what it is, it started with somebody else speaking that way to you or being that way to you, where you learn to sort of be ashamed of yourself or suppress those aspects, or maybe it was your creativity, your innocence, your naivety. And these traits are not bad, I don't see them as bad traits. They're soft traits, they're beautiful traits. And there's something about this person, you see how the very ends of the spread are embodying opposite energies. Page of Cups is like this beautiful, soft, innocent page, this person who's about to go on a journey, someone that's really emotional, intuitive, sensitive, and new, wanting to untouched by the world, like untainted, someone that has a lot of faith and hope. And with the Seven of Swords, this person is someone that just is this a trickster energy, someone that got away after creating conflict. And I feel like there's someone that enjoys putting you down. I'm so sorry, take it as it resonates. It's not going to be true for everyone. This could be a family member for some of you. I'm seeing a masculine figure for some of you, but it doesn't have to be. Person enjoys seeing you down, or they just have a habit of being narcissistic, being selfish. They don't have a lot of empathy. They don't sympathize or empathize or understand you. So it's time to put yourself first, right? Can we get some final cards? You might want to read How to Love Yourself by 𝓛𝓸𝓶. The Anatomy of Loneliness, also by 𝓛𝓸𝓶. But there's another book that I'm getting very strongly for you. What is that book? Hold on, let me recall the title. The Sculptor in the Sky. That's the book. If you have any existential questions like why are we here, who am I, what is God, what is universe, like what's going on, what is this planet Earth, what is this human being, like if you have many questions, existential questions like that, you might want to take a look at this book. We have Capricorn. We have North Node. Destined to have. Wow. You are destined to have a beautiful life. And you see how there is an hourglass here. So even though we have Temperance, reversed, so I feel like eventually balance is going to come back into your life. The pain is going to go away and you're going to bloom again. Like your heart is going to bloom again, be in love again, see love again. It is in your destiny to be successful. I'm also seeing a water dragon. I just heard 𝓲𝓲𝓁𝓮. I don't know what that means. 𝓲𝓲𝓁𝓮. I'm seeing the water dragon from the Japanese mythology, like the water dragon in Spirited Away, then the water dragon in the Shang-Chi movie, the Marvel movie. And I always see these beautiful, I see them as beautiful creatures. Like my mind couldn't wrap itself around like water dragon. Like how cool is that? They made dragon out of water. How cool. How does anyone even come up with that? I don't know if they really existed, but I feel like you are like a water dragon. That is your energy. And crows are also highly perceptive. And you have an active like third eye. Your upper chakras are very active, so use those to propel yourself ahead. And with the Ace of Pentacles, again, a lot of career-wise opportunities coming in to explore, to expand. Maybe your business, if you have a business, it will expand this month with the Ace of Pentacles here. And you won't have to work as hard. You won't have to work too much to do that. Yeah, something about don't stick to traditions, do things differently, do things in a unique way. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah. For some of you, it could literally just be financial help or financial opportunity, or you getting more commissions or more buyers of your product. Yeah, in some way finances are going to come in. Money is going to flow abundantly this month. So that is what I'm feeling for you, group number 2. I hope that this resonated. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you wish to book a personal reading with me or purchase any limited edition readings, you can do so by emailing me on my email address in the description. And thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you to all of the beautiful cards, to group number 2, their higher self, my higher self, and all of the spiritual and light beings that joined us today. I am ending the reading now. Hopefully I'll see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one. Bye. Hello my loves. If you chose group number 3, this is going to be your reading. You chose this card, the Waker. And let's get into your energies. I'm sensing a very positive energy from you where you feel like you're in control. You could just be watching this reading for confirmation. I don't think there's a lot of guidance going to come through, but I will get cards for you just in case your spirit guides want to say anything. But what I'm sensing is that you are on the correct and right path in your life. You are in a positive cycle at the moment. And I also feel like the card being quite obvious, right? It says the Waker, awareness, reflection. So you are going to be waking up to some truth, or you're going to be awakening to a higher level of awareness, a higher level of consciousness this month. So let's get some more messages for you, group number 3. This feels like a very spiritually ascended kind of pile, like the kind of pile that is beyond duality, that has looked at duality, that understands the dichotomy of life, that there's always like a pro and con, right? Like yin and yang, like there's always a split, right? Like you guys understand this. So this feels like a very spiritually ascended pile, and like the kind of pile that if you were in a painful period of life, you would just accept it and be like, yeah, I understand that this is a cycle that I am in. I had good cycles and now I am in this painful cycle, and there's something to learn here. So you have a very spiritual ascended way, like ascended master way of dealing with life and dealing with this human experience. There's also a healthy level of detachment. It's not that you're inclusive, you are very inclusive, but you're detached enough to understand that this is a human experience. For group number 3, please. I don't think you need a tarot reading, but I feel like these two are clarifying cards. Okay, we got 3. I'll just take that then. Okay, we have 2 of Swords. You are at a crossroad. You are trying to make a decision about something important to you, but you don't know the way. You don't know which way to go or what would be right for you. We have 5 of Wands reversed, and we have High Priestess upright. Okay, I see. So for some of you guys, I'm seeing that you are leaving something toxic behind. This could have been a toxic group, toxic work environment, toxic family. Something about a group energy coming through, wanting to bully you or put you down, criticize, nag, insult. It's not good energy. They don't want to uplift you. They want to put you down. They want to suppress your voice. They want you to not speak up. And I feel like I should say that in past tense. They wanted you to not speak up. But I feel like the tables are turning in your favor, group number 3. We have High Priestess. So with the 2 of Swords here, you see she doesn't have clarity, right? She's sitting over here like, which way should I go? And we don't see her moving towards anything. She's sitting there. But with the High Priestess, you see her knowing. She's all knowing, right? She's the divine feminine. She is the archetype that embodies intuition and mystery as well. I mean, she can talk about a lot of things. She has a lot of wisdom, which is why there's a book in her hand. So I see that there's a journey going on from 2 of Swords to High Priestess, like you not knowing where to go to you knowing exactly where to go. And I feel like in the middle, this was the journey with the 5 of Wands reverse, is dealing with people, dealing with these energies that were not kind, that were possibly cruel or hostile in some way. But I feel like it's in the past now. I feel like you're healing from it, because this card came out reversed. If it was upright, I would have said, oh, you're in this situation right now. But for most of you, I feel like you are moving away from it, or at least energetically, you've definitely moved away from this. So what do we have? We have 4 of Wands. Wow, card of celebration. We have Page of Pentacles. For a minute, I just saw someone crying there. Like, I feel like you could have been the person who used to cry about people being mean to you or trying to bully you or something. But now you're just like, I don't cry about it. I can handle this. I can face this. I'm strong enough. That is what you're waking up to. You're waking up to a more powerful, a more in-aligned version of yourself. I feel like there's something about the way you have learned to deal with things that Spirit is cheering. I just heard welcoming. Spirit is welcoming. Spirit is cheering. Now with the 5 of Wands, I feel like this energy is going to go away. These people are going to go away, move away in March. and then there's going to be new people that support you, that want to collaborate, want to work with you. I just heard union, teamwork, it's going to come in. So I see like a soul family exiting and a new soul family coming in. And this soul family was not you had karmic contracts with this family, right? Like these people, they were meant to be a part of your journey, that right? Like, you know what it's giving me? It's giving me the example of, there's this character in the story Mahabharata called Shakuni. And at first when you see there's these different families, wait, hold on, I think Shakuni is in Ramayana. I'm so sorry guys, I am confusing the Indian mythologies here, but what I want to say is, all of the families, there's different families that live together in a kingdom, right? And there's a lot of mothers, there's fathers and kings and all of that, right? And they're all living together with a lot of love. But then things start happening, things start changing, right? And life keeps going, right? They make decisions, they learn, they grow up and stuff like that. Life happens, right? And something happens, and they start talking about who's going to ascend the throne after the king, right? And there's some debate or talks about that, and every their moms are like, oh, I want my son to be on the throne. But people have accepted certain brothers like Ram as king, right? In their heart they've already accepted them as king. So there's somebody, again, I'm confusing this, guys, I'm pretty sure I'm getting this wrong, and this is not exactly how it happens, so please don't come at me in the comments. But there's this, one of the mother has a, like, I don't know what they are called, but basically she has like this personal, someone that personal, like a personal assistant, someone that helps her with everything, right? And he's called Shakuni, and he sort of fills her mind with bad thoughts. So what he's like, oh, so he's trying to provoke and instigate against and get her against other people and other brothers, right? So it's like this energy of like, oh, did you see the king said that, like, how did they say that? Like, that's the kind of energy, you know what I mean? And instead of that mother, that queen, checking Shakuni and being like, no, this is not okay, don't say bad things about them, she sort of falls for his psychological manipulation. So that's what I'm seeing here. Again, there's another movie I'm seeing called 𝓤𝓲𝓶, where Paro's family and Dev's family are like good friends, right? And these are childhood, they've known each other since childhood, and they love each other a lot, right? It's like this epic love story. Again, highly recommended, 𝓤𝓲𝓶 movie. And so basically, Paro's mother is someone who's really innocent, and there's someone in Dev's family, Dev's mother's, someone in the family who again instigates and provokes Dev's mother, and something happens because of which they insult Paro's mother, and then Paro doesn't like that because it's her mom, right? And so it creates a clash between Dev and Paro, and that was the whole point, was to create a rift between these two families, to get these two separated, because for some reason they didn't like Paro. There was some like discrimination against her because she was not as rich or something. I don't know exactly what happened, but that is what I got from the movie, and that is what I'm feeling like. It's, you're in a similar situation like that, but you are the person who they are working against, you know what I mean? Like, so this is happening against you. Like, I don't see you or somebody near you instigating or provoking you. It could be, but for most of you, I'm seeing that you are the one who, and you don't understand what is going on. Like, for Paro, like, she was like, why did they insult my mother? But she doesn't know what happened behind the scenes, right? Like, when we see the movie, we know what happened, but it's kind of like that. So, if you're watching this reading, like, maybe spirit wanted to give you like a behind the scenes what was going on kind of vibe. And we have 5 of Wands reversed, so I feel like you're moving away from this energy, and this creates such a huge conflict between the two, that Paro is like, I'm going to marry someone else, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go marry some rich guy, and she gets married to someone else. And now Dev is like but you are my only one, you know, like you, like I am in love with you, you are my only one, like I don't like any other woman, I'm not in love with any other woman. And he falls into consuming way too much alcohol, like, and he starts drinking way too much because he cannot he cannot fully allow himself the separation between Paro and, you know, and then the circumstances change so much, like the circumstances change to the point that, like, it becomes unfeasible for Paro to go back to Dev, you know. Again, I don't know why I'm telling you guys this whole movie, maybe there's some significance, I don't know, guys, but if you are not Indian, please watch this movie. I think you will know exactly what I'm saying, but you know, when I say it, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but when you watch it, you'll understand. So it's called Devdas, Devdas, so you might want to watch that one. So that is how it's happening, like that is the situation that I'm seeing, and I feel like you are navigating very well. You know, those two, they couldn't get out of it, you know, those two, they couldn't get out of that cycle, and they died separate, right? They didn't come into union. I'm so sorry, guys, I just gave you a spoiler. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna stop talking about that movie for those of you that are going to watch it. But for you, I'm seeing that you're navigating yourself very well out of this cycle. You're going to be stepping into this Four of Wands victory, having I have it all together kind of energy. So let's get some more cards for you, and then we will close the reading. I'm also seeing something about your home stabilizing, something about you looking into different horizons, your different options, like you're looking at your life and you're like, you know, what do I want to do with my life, what do I want to do with my energies, and like you having hope basically. So this is a very, very positive energy. There is new soul family coming in, you getting new financial opportunities. You might start something in March, like maybe an idea, maybe it's something to do with material things or financial things, material specifically. Could be creative as well. For some of you, it's creative. The way you're doing it is by being creative. We have Aquarius, we have Cancer, and we have Square. That I'm not surprised that the square is coming out, because the square literally talks about opposition, a challenging situation, a mountain to climb. Yeah, so this situation, you know, sometimes it might not make sense to you, like why is this happening, why are they being mean to me, and Spirit is saying this, you are supposed to, you know, don't get entangled into this cycle, sort of like leave it, you know, go with the flow, leave it behind. You're not supposed to take this, don't take their energy inside you or take their energy with you, right? Now the mistake that Paro does with what happens with her mother, and again, I'm not judging, I'm not saying she's wrong or she shouldn't have done that, no judgment whatsoever, nothing, but you know, we can reflect on things, right? So when her mother is insulted, instead of responding with grace, she sort of becomes reactive. She gets angry. She's like, you know, who do they think I am, you know, like I am also this, I am also that. Like she sort of gets in that zone, and rightfully so, because she is, you know, beautiful and amazing, and she deserves everything best. But she reacted to it instead of responding, so that got her entangled in this, you know, and she agreed to the marriage, which again, she loved Dev, you know, her heart was with Dev, but she agreed to the marriage, or something happened with the marriage, I don't know, but because now she's married to another man, she cannot love Dev, right? It's impossible. And then it started creating problems in her marriage also, because her heart was with Dev, but she married this man, and this man was not happy that, you know, she loved him, so he tried to stop her from going to him, you know what I mean? So it created all of these problems. So it's like, just be authentic, remember your needs, remember yourself, go with the flow, don't react, respond. You're not supposed to take this energy with you, and you're not going to, I feel, because we have that in reversed already, you know. So it is, you are in a challenging situation, it is a mountain to climb. prioritize yourself, your own needs, get very clear on what you want. Don't be like Paro. Don't react and be like, I'm gonna do this, and like, who do they think they, don't get triggered like that. Like, work on your triggers and then respond to the situation. So that's the guidance coming through for you. So I hope this resonated, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you wish to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by emailing me on my email address in the description. And thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to all of the wonderful, beautiful cards for allowing me the honor to channel for group number 3. Thank you to their higher self, to my guides, and everyone that joined us today. I now close this reading. I will see you in my next reading. If not, I thank you so much for watching this one.